Now we are going to see the principle of propagation of light in an optical fiber, and the basic principle employed for this is of total internal reflection. It happens at the core cladding interface. We know what is total internal reflection. In order to happen this, two conditions must be satisfied. One is the refractive index of the core must be greater than the critical angle, and the angle of incidence should be greater than the critical angle. Now we are going to derive an expression for the acceptance angle and the numerical aperture. And for the derivation of an acceptance angle, we consider the case when the angle of incidence is equivalent to the critical angle. Let us consider an optical fiber. This is of core and this is of cladding, and this is a air of refractive index N0, core is of refractive index N1, and cladding is of refractive index N2. This is the axis of an optical fiber, and let us consider a ray AO which strikes the optical fiber at the point, say it is O. Then here it is of refracted, and at the core cladding interface, when the angle is equivalent to the critical angle, it slides over the surface separating the core and cladding. Okay, let us consider this case. Here two transition might be considered. One is at the point O and at the point B. Let us consider the point O at which this is a incident ray and this is a refracted ray. Here I is the angle of incidence and theta is the angle of refraction here. By applying Snell's law, we write this as N0 into sin theta I equal to N1 into sin theta. And sin theta, we can write it in terms of cos theta. Before that, I will bring this N0 here. So sin I is equal to N1 by N0 into sin theta. Sin in terms of cos, we will write this is of square root of 1 minus cos square theta as sin theta. Then at the point B, we consider this is a incident ray, this is a refracted ray. Here then this is the rectangle. Here we will elaborately it is seen. Here theta c is the angle, and the angle opposite angle is of 90 degree. Here if it is theta, this angle might be 90 minus theta is the angle here. So this is theta c and this is angle of refraction, and N1 and N2 are the refractive index. N1 in sin theta is equal to N2 into sin of, here angle of refraction is 90, so sin 90. Then sin theta c is equal to N2, sin of 90 is 1. So N2 divided by N1. Sin of theta c is equivalent to opposite angles are equal. So it is of theta, instead of theta c we may write it as 90 minus theta. So sin of 90 minus theta is equal to N1 by N2. Sin 90 minus theta is cos theta. Cos theta is equal to N2 by N1. This is the cos theta value. We can substitute it in the sin I. So it is of sin I is equal to N1 by N0 into square root of 1 minus cos square theta is N2 square by N1 square. Just we will take a common denominator for this. This is N1 square minus N2 square divided by N1 square. N1 square inside the square root. So square and square root get cancelled. So we will take that N1 outside. So N1 divided by N0 into N1 into square root of N1 square minus N2 square. N1 get cancelled. Finally, we write it as square root of N1 square minus N2 square divided by N0. So sin theta I is equal to this. Then this is the maximum angle with which light ray can enter. So we will write it as I max. I max equal to sin, we will bring it on other side. So it is of sin inverse. Sin inverse of square root of N1 square minus N2 square by N0. This is what we call it as acceptance angle of an optical fiber. That is the maximum angle with which light ray can enter into the optical fiber and suffers total internal reflection. And next we will derive an expression for numerical aperture. It is nothing but sin of acceptance angle. So sin of I max, sin of sin inverse of this. So sin and sin inverse get cancelled. So numerical aperture equal to square root of N1 square minus N2 square divided by N0. It determines the light gathering capacity of an optical fiber. Larger the value of numerical aperture, the amount of light entering into the gathering from the source is greater.